We're on.
Okay, welcome everyone. Good to see you all tonight. Want to welcome Chantel. It's so wonderful to see you, Chantel. Happy you're here. Happy you're doing well, healthy. Wonderful to see you. And welcome, Jen. Lovely to see you. We're just waiting on perhaps a couple of other members, but we don't want to keep anyone waiting. So we're going to begin. So to start off, I would also like to welcome the ancestors in as well, because we're going to do a Thanksgiving address. And why we thought we would start with that is really to honor the ancestors and think about that and to be grateful. I'm grateful for a lot of things. And, just to remember, we're not alone in the world. Um, the Thanksgiving address reminds us about that and to acknowledge that we are not alone and to respect and appreciate the gifts from the earth, from our Mother Earth. So I'm going to start off this evening with a shortened version of the Thanksgiving prayer. I mean, I have read the longer version. It is quite long. We'd be here all evening if I went through the long one. But I have kind of an official one from Tyendinaga, the Mohawk Territory, that's kind of an abbreviated version that the response, if anyone would like to type it into the chat, or if we're going live, if anybody wants to say it or just to feel or think it, the response after each line, you can say "nyawa," how we say it in Tyendinaga, or another response would be to say "hey" or "yes" or "to" or "ha," kind of for the agreement. So I'm just going to ask everyone in the group to listen well for a short time, and I'm going to start it off now. So I will give thanks to the Creator for the things that go about on the earth. And
Yeah.
response. Thank you. We will make our minds one and give thanks to the people. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to our mother, the earth. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to the waters. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Merci.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the fish. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to the roots. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the grasses. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to the medicines. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to the bugs. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to the subsistence foods. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Yes.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to the fruit. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the animals. Now our minds are one.
Thank you.
Nyawa.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the trees. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the birds. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the four winds. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for our elder brother, the sun. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
We will make our minds one and give thanks to our grandmother, moon. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for the stars. Now our minds are one.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
We will make our minds one and give thanks for our Creator for the good things we continue to think peacefully about.
Nyawa.
Thank you.
Now I have done all I can do. If there's anything I have forgotten, it's up to you to fix it. That is all.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thank
well,
you.
Thank you. Did you say that was from Tom Porter?
I was saying that the one in Tom's book that I read, and Grandma said, it's a very long one, and I love it. So I've read it in its entirety, but it's very long, but it's excellent. And this one, I was searching for something, an abbreviated version of a Thanksgiving address. So I found this on the MBQ website, and I thought, okay, well, this is kind of I would say, an abbreviated version of what Tom has in his book, but not exactly. So this is something separate, but it reminds me of the one that I read in
Mhm.
Tom's book. So not exactly the same, but a little bit of a beautiful reminder.
Thank you.
And just a reminder of the spring. So I'm very grateful. I was, chatting with Jen and Chantel at the beginning and thinking about what I'm grateful for. So I recently made some new friends. So, when you get a little older, maybe it's a little harder to make friends, but I made some lovely new friends. And it was the Gervais family who owns a sugar bush. And we celebrated the maple tree, the sugar maple tree, a couple of weeks ago. And they invited me and my partner and a couple of friends that we had met them at the Tyndonega Christmas sale back in the winter, kind of before Christmas, and they invited us to come to their pancake celebration and celebrating, spring and the running of the sap and the syrup. And they have a Trillium Ridge, kind of a sugar bush, and they have a pancake breakfast. So it was a beautiful event, and it was lovely to meet them. And they're in Shannonville, just north of Tyndonega. And I was very grateful to spend the day with Tori and Vicky and Terry and meet the family and have a beautiful tour and just enjoy and being outside in nature and really appreciating kind of the gifts. And it just kind of made me think about that with the Thanksgiving address. So I wanted to share that. That's kind of what I've been up to, recently, and then had a little bit of a book tour and met with some people such as Gudgy, Roberta at Native Renaissance, and brought some books, and my cousin Cindy. And it was wonderful just to catch up and say hello and share that. So I really appreciate their support because I'm still contributing my book proceeds to the construction project to the Tyndonega Mohawk and language school there. That's actually they're breaking ground very soon, and so it's an exciting time that that's all moving forward. So again, very happy to be able to help in my small way with that by donating book proceeds to that construction project. So really important. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for letting me share that and to give a little update. So with that being said, I'll hand it over to Jen.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pamela. Hi, everyone. My name is Jen, and welcome to Cedar Sisters. I live here on Treaty 19 territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and I have Anishinaabe, Scottish, and French ancestry. And my family comes from Matagami First Nation up in Treaty 9 territory. And I'm happy to be here with you all tonight. And one of the things we talked about that we said we would share tonight was perhaps things surrounding what happened with us in the eclipse or what, observations we had. And I thought I would share that, I have a pretty strong creative practice / obsession with just being in my studio and making things all the time. So anytime I can find an excuse to make a book or anything like that or create anything, here's my little moon, or something traveling across the page. I did a little tuck in, and I thought I would make a book after Grandmother Renee had given some teachings about the eclipse and about how it was maybe perhaps a ceremony between just yourself or maybe one other person, but mainly maybe a ceremony with yourself. And so I was lucky enough to be at home that day and had a ceremony in my backyard and had a fire and was my own fire keeper. And the funny part is that as I was creating my journal, I had picked a bunch of pages just for the colors. And the week before the eclipse, I kind of started to play and put everything together once I decided I was going to make this style. And then I found things like this was a picture of Niagara Falls that just happened to be in my stash, but I had picked it for the other side of the paper. I was going to use the other image. And when I turned it over, I couldn't believe it. And then was in another book, and this was kind of the image, and I put the sun in the middle of it. But just the idea that some of these papers had landed there and I didn't even know until I started to create. And so, that eclipse was a lot about, well, for me, it was a great time to set intentions. And what Grandma Renee talked about was that it's not a time for tourist attractions, but it's a time to look down and be humble. And I know that there was a lot of people very disappointed that they couldn't see the eclipse. But then it was funny because many people also saw it in Southern Ontario. So some people that were close to Niagara Falls saw it, depending on kind of the exact spot you were. And I feel like a lot of people were right in the right spot where they were meant to be. If they could see it or not, I think it was a very humbling experience. And some other teachings I had gotten about the eclipse were things like, this eclipse is really summoning this time where we're moving from a time of Pisces, where it was all about what we believe, like believing in something and something outside of ourselves, into this time of Aquarius, where it's our own inner knowing. And I really like that now it's time for us to look inside for our own guidance instead of looking outside of ourselves for all of the answers, because we have a lot of those things inside of us. And so, I was just playing around for the eclipse, and it was a great experience for me. And I thought I would sing the humble song today, kind of from that eclipse energy, but also it went with what Pamela was talking about. When we look at all of creation and the wonder of the springtime, right? We can't help but be humble. And to see, those little buds going onto the trees, and to notice all of those small changes, even to sit with nothing playing in the background. And my door opened today, I could hear all the birds. Whereas sometimes, you have soundtracks going in your earbuds or things like that. And just to listen to the sounds of what's coming alive in the spring. So, and thinking about what's coming alive in us, our own ideas and our own spirit. So this is the humble song, and it was originally sung by the Cedar Sisters, as I know it. Cedar singers, sorry. And it reminds us to connect ourselves to all living things, no matter how big or small. And we sing this song typically 7 to 8 times, depending on how many verses we sing. But we go from creator to humbling ourselves to Nokomis, which is our grandfather, Nokomis, which is our grandmother, Mishomis, which is our grandfathers, our children, humbling ourselves in the eyes of the four-legged, the winged, the swimmers, and then finally humbling ourselves in our actions to the crawlers. So on those daily choices that we make, would we choose the same things if we were thinking about those small little bugs and insects or crawlers that need the ecosystem that perhaps we are destroying when we're doing some of these things to the earth? So here comes the humble song. Please join me and sing along at home. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the Creator. We gotta bend down low. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the Creator. We gotta know what she knows. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of our Mishomans. We gotta bend down low. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of our Mishomans. We gotta know what he knows. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of our Nokomis. We gotta bend down low. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of our Nokomis. We gotta know what she knows. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble eyes of our children. We gotta bend down low, we gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of our children. We gotta know what they know. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the wicked. We gotta bend down low, we gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the wicked. We gotta know what they know. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the four-legged. We gotta bend down low, we gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the four-legged. We gotta know what they know. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the swimmers. We gotta bend down low, we gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the swimmers. We gotta know what they know. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. We gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the crawlers. We gotta bend down low, we gotta humble ourselves in the eyes of the crawlers. We gotta know what they know. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up higher and higher. We can raise each other up. Whew. It's a good one. Me what? Love Pamela was just bouncing along. And I love how every time I would acknowledge a different being, you were so excited for that one. I could tell.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Yes. Thinking about that drum. So I'd love to pass it over to our friend Chantel. So introduce yourself and share your gifts. Miigwech.
Bonjour. Hello. So my name is Chantal Côté. I live in a small town in Hearst, northern of Ontario. Both of my parents are francophone. So today I was very, very grateful. The snow is going and the lakes are open up, the rivers. So today I went beside this lake and the ice is going. And then the sun was nice, the birds. So it looks really much like spring here. So it was nice to feel the warmth and to see the water. So I gave tobacco to Mother Earth and the water and thank you for being born again and so there's no more snow here. So wow, this is amazing. So I'm very, very grateful. So miigwech, thank you.
Amazing. Are you going to do some sound bath?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So
Did you
I
want to
will,
take it away now?
yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Miigwech. Merci. Thank you.
I loved your ending, Chantel.
Yes, thank you.
Little shakedown. That was beautiful.
So beautiful and so peaceful and soothing and
Yes.
calming. Just what I love to hear. It's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
It's my
thank you.
pleasure. It's my pleasure.
And before we all came on live, we were talking a little bit about how sometimes our stress and unsaid frustrations can manifest in our bodies, especially as women. But I imagine that sound bowl vibration, when you feel that in your body, it can help you move that out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the sound, we are watering. So,
Yeah.
so the sound, it helps move all the energy and it helps me to heal. Like Thursday night, I did the sound bath with you, Jen, and like, wow, like in the last few days, wow, it was amazing. And it gets out all the stress and it brings harmony and calmness. So
Yeah.
yes, it's
It's
the
another
music.
powerful example about, remembering that we are almost all water. And so when we think about the effect of the moon or sound on water, remembering that that happens to us as well. And there's lots of different modalities to heal ourselves, and thinking about how we heal water is a way we can bring ourselves healing. So miigwech for that.
Yeah.
Just before we go, I thought I'd sing one more song just to close this off. And I know that Pamela wanted to make sure that since we welcome the ancestors in, that as we finish off, that we say thank you to the ancestors for joining us and send them off in a good way, so that they can come back again and see us. So I thought I'd sing the Mother Earth song. I sang that with you the other night, Chantel, but another friend of mine had mentioned it as well, that she didn't know there were so many different verses. So if you know the Mother Earth song, it's a song sung by all sorts of people all over Turtle Island, and I'm sure all over the world. And so I'm going to sing Mother, Father. I'm going to sing two mothers and two fathers, two different versions of each. So, and then we'll finish ourselves. We'll be finished. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Wail, 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 wail. Father, we see you up in the sky. Father, give the sun so we see up high. Father, we see you up in the sky. Father, give the sun so we see up high. Wail, 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 wail. Mother, I hear you in the river song. Eternal waters flowing on and on. Mother, I hear you in the river song. Eternal waters flowing on and on. Wail, 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 wail. Father, we see you when the eagle flies. Light of the Spirit, gonna take us higher. Father, we see you when the eagle flies. Light of the Spirit, you will take us higher. Wail, 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 wail. There we go. Miigwech. So thanks everyone for tuning in and sharing your energy with us, and especially to Chantel and Pamela for joining tonight. And thank you to Grandmother's Voice for allowing the platform. for us to meet on. And until another Cedar Tea Sisters or Butterfly Spirit drumming, or Turtle Island drumming on Thursday nights, we hope to see you again. So take care and Bamapi.
Bye.